This podcast is produced by OnPod, a video content studio near you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Today we're here with Olivier Niyonshima. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just get right into it. Let's talk about your invention, Medikal 2.0 and 3.0. What exactly do these platforms do, and how do they change the way healthcare is delivered in African communities?
Okay, thank you. That's a great question. Just to answer that, we'll be starting by explaining what is really even Medikal is.
Mm-hmm.
And Medikal is an AI-powered healthcare platform designed to tackle or to reduce antimicrobial resistance in Africa. And also you can ask yourself, what is even antimicrobial resistance? So in a short, antimicrobial resistance is called the AMR. It happens when the microbes and the bacteria stop responding to antibiotics, which make an infection harder, even sometimes impossible to treat. So we breed the Medikal just to handle the antimicrobial resistance. It's our main goal. So in the first place, when we started breathing it in versions. There was a version 1, version 2, and version 3. So version 1 was mainly focused on developing health databases, like recording or medical histories of patients. For example, if you can go to any hospital, for example, in Rwanda, they're going to retrieve all your medical history. So if you go to any hospital in Burundi, in Nigeria, in any African country, they can access to your medical history. So the version 2 was integrating a AI chatbot in the version 1. So the doctors can use the AI chatbot, trained it to 1,000 and millions of the patient data, and ask the recommendation about, for example, if they are receiving or they are prescribing any patient, they can access to the medical history and use the current symptom and ask the AI copilot just to take the right treatment for any patient. So then the version 3 was about integrating some advanced features like the AI image recognition, just to analyze the skin disease. And we saw there is another wonderful features was localizing the languages. Maybe you have seen like a ChatGPT or any other models. There is some language which they are not supporting. So like I can say Kinyarwanda, Kiswahili in Africa, Yoruba in Nigeria. So they can not understand those languages. So we developed the version 3 just to able to understand those languages so that it can be useful in areas in Africa. Yeah. So, and after we have seen like to manage all those versions is somehow difficult. So we try to merge all those versions together just to form one unified system, which is called the Medikal right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you bridge the gap between language barriers and actual patient data.
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe this is a little bit off the questions here, but how do you safeguard that data from external people taking that? Do you find that to be a problem, or how are you putting safeguards in place?
So what we are planning is we are planning because as I have said, we have launched the MVP. Mm-hmm. So for the final product, we are planning to host or to run all our platform locally.
Okay. And
there will be some hospital servers to host some data on the cloud, but just on the hospital level and the country level, because we'll be working with many countries in Africa. Mm-hmm. Because the AMR is a big problem in Africa, even worldwide. Mm-hmm. So by running our platform locally, we'll be preventing the patient data, so that it cannot leave any country without a consent of patient, without a consent of government.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice, amazing.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like with all that data, how do you actually put in practice reducing antimicrobial resistance in Africa? You stated by 70%?
Yeah. So as I said, like antimicrobial resistance, it caused by misuse of antibiotics, mm-hmm. and improper management of a patient. For example, I can say I've been in one country in Africa, in Burundi, so they are still using the notebooks just to record the patient medical history. That's a big problem. So by using our platform, everywhere we go in Africa, everywhere, even like if you get a transfer to go to any hospital abroad, they will have to request your medical history to our platform. So the medical, we use the medical history and also the current symptom just to analyze and give the correct treatment. So even that only it can reduce some percentage of antimicrobial resistance risk. So and also there will be an AI copilot just to help the doctors to give the correct treatment. And also there is another one. We are planning to integrate some APIs of WhatsApp and SMS to send the patient reminders. But by reminding them like this is the correct time to take the antibiotics. Yeah. So and we are 100% sure that we'll be reducing AMR risk by 70%.
Amazing. Yeah. It just totally hit me how important and innovative this is. Like,
yeah,
that's insane and much needed.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So coming back to bias in AI, which is a hot topic. In Africa, it can look very different than in Western countries.
Yeah.
What kinds of biases have you seen in existing AI models, and how do you work to eliminate them in your own? I know you mentioned the language, but
yeah. So to answer that, I can say the bias in the AI it's a very serious problem, and in Africa it looks somewhat different than in Western countries, and I can give you an example. As I said, like if you use like GPT models, some Chinese models, some models from Europe, so they can't even be able to analyze like and they give a collective recommendation of malaria, which is the serious problem in Africa. So, but it's a malaria. So, but when you train a model just to analyze malaria in Africa, they can be able to analyze it. So those AI models in the Western, so they are able to only to analyze the medical history or anything in the Western countries, not in Africa. So that's the problem. But another thing, so it's about the language. So many African languages can even like you can't even ask any question using that language and the AI going to be able to respond. That's a bigger problem. Mm-hmm. So how we are planning to eliminate them in our platform. So we are training our models just to be able to understand the languages, which will be also able to understand all the queries from patients, from doctors, from community health workers, from anybody, from anyone. So yeah. And by analyzing all those data, it will give the recommendation, it will give everything. So that's how we are planning to eliminate them.
Amazing. So you're actually populating it with the data that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wow. Okay, so for any developers listening, other than yourself, like how are you? Anyway, how are there not more of you? I don't know. Anyway, what practical steps can they take to make their AI systems more fair and more inclusive, especially if open science becomes more mainstream?
Yeah, so I can answer that by referring to the question that I answered. So just to make the AI fair or your system fair, it starts from data.
The data.
So data you have. So the data has to be inclusive, has to include everyone. Either if you are training model, you have to, for example, if you want it to be useful, you can train model just to be able to respond to the question in Africa, in China, in everywhere in the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's how you just need to train or to train your system just to like include all the sectors, all the areas worldwide.
Yeah, that's amazing. I guess that goes to show how when you are using AI or something like that, you really have to see where the research is coming from.
Yeah.
You have to go into it and make sure that, one, you understand the study, two, you understand, where the research is coming from. And because a lot of people don't really know how to read scientific data is what I'm coming back to a lot of the time. So
exactly.
It's great to populate it with what you need to populate it with.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why is running the platform locally important in terms of enhanced data privacy and patient trust? I know you said something about having all the patient's data in a country and it's not able to leave the country without those certain parameters that need to be met.
Yeah.
Is there anything else behind it that needs to be done?
Yeah. So the importance of that, it's because we are targeting governments, just in order to get their trust, we need to learn the platform locally because they're going to be safe. For example, we are going to use this platform in Africa. So what if you said like all our servers or all our data are hosted on servers in Europe or in USA or in China, so they're going to be worried. Mm-hmm. So that's why we need to earn their trust. So yeah, we are planning to learn all our platform locally to do that, the privacy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Another question about that. How do you actually communicate with governments? Like how does that work? Like who do you go through? Where do you send this information to?
So we are planning to reach out to many health sectors in every government. But as I said, we are now have some partnership in Rwanda by now, and we are expanding maybe in the first year after launching our final product. We are expanding to Kenya and East Africa, and our goal by 2030, we are expanding it to even the whole Africa, the 54 countries in Africa. Yeah.
So I guess you're starting municipally then.
Yeah.
Kind of like basing, saying this works here. Gaining trust from the bottom up.
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. Okay. So what are some real life scenarios showing how Medikal could transform the experiences of doctors, patients, and community health workers? Maybe you've already answered this a little bit for sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything?
So I can add something. Sure. So let's say, for example, you're going to hospital and the doctor is, because I've seen even some doctors, they use what they have studied in the school just to give the treatment to any patient. And for example, if you were going to hospital and the doctor he's not sure about the correct treatment to give it to a patient, mm-hmm. The first thing, there is the time which is being wasted. Also, it increases like hospital stays, which increase also the cost. So by using our platform, the doctor, the medical will be able to analyze the patient history, medical history, just in the seconds, and be able to recommend the correct treatment by using correct symptoms and the medical history, and also the allergies and something like that, because it's somehow complex. So, it will save the time. It will reduce the cost of a treatment of any patient. And also for the patient, on the side of patient, there will be some APIs to send the reminders to patient. Like, hey, this is the time to take the antibiotics, which will be really amazing. And also on the side of community health workers, they call the Abajyanama b'ubuzima in Rwanda. Mm-hmm. So there will be like the chatbot to ask medical advices in order just to treat to the families or anybody else we are using our platform.
Amazing. So I'm sure it also reduces time that the patient is like, uncomfortable in that situation too, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so your MVP launch for Medikal just happened. What does this mean for African healthcare, and what is your first year going to look like? I feel like we're repeating a couple things here, but again, if you want to expand, add anything to that.
Yeah. I can say about the risk of antimicrobial resistance is our main goal, just to handle that crisis. So, according to World Health Organization, the record shows that in 2019, about 5 million people were died due to the antimicrobial resistance. So, and the record shows also, the research shows, if nothing is done, by 2050, every year, there will be 10 million people will be dying due to antimicrobial resistance. So by launching our MVP, so there is hope that all those numbers will not be possible. Yeah, but just to make our dream a reality, we need the support from government, from NGOs, from health sectors, like in Africa, even worldwide, just to make our dream a reality. Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm even thinking about the sheer size of this project, like how many people you need, how many communications you need, how many, you need a pretty big team.
Yeah, we need it.
Did you build that team on your own, or?
Yeah, I'd say my own, and we've got some partnership from UK, and we are expanding, but we need some stronger collaboration. Yeah, government authorities and NGOs, even World Health Organization, even the government in Africa. So we need them. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a huge feat. What was your first step? Because you're pretty young in relativity to people that do this kind of thing as well. What was your very first step to get this ball rolling?
Yeah. So what is that?
Sorry. Yeah. To start this whole project,
okay.
How was the idea and the idea of putting it into reality?
Okay. So I have made the research about after COVID-19. And I've seen the research that I told you about the around the after COVID-19, the pandemic, which is it's called like a silent pandemic, and it's causing like a death every year around 1 million people. They are dying due to that pandemic. And I was like, maybe I can do something just to make this thing stop. And I tried to make I made the research. I tried to get some partnership with some friends, and fortunately we have a partnership with MR Initiative in Rwanda, which is it's an initiative trying to advocate the pandemic by advocating the doctors, the patients, and everybody. So we put the research together. As ZeroX Intelligence, we focused on the sectors in healthcare, agriculture, and also education. So we said maybe you can work on this project. So we never know, and we started working on this project in 2024. And right now we are.
Oh my God!
And in 2024, and right now we've launched our MVP. So, and we are expanding day by day, but we still need the collaboration from government, NGOs, and
Well, it's an amazing process, and it's an amazing project, and you seem to have all what you need to have completed and thought out and planned.
Yeah.
So I guess now it just comes down to people adopting it, and like you said, you already have collaborations in Rwanda. You said.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's starting, and I'm sure it'll spread very fast.
Yeah.
Amazing. So. Okay, I guess should I ask a question about open science? Because I feel like as soon as I saw your profile, I thought, okay, this guy knows about data, he knows about research, he knows about science, and I feel like open science is something now where it's starting to gain a little bit of traction. It's like decentralized science.
Yeah.
So do you think that decentralized science is going to become more I want to say mainstream, because I know it's hard to get science, streamlined when every single government has different regulations attached to healthcare and science in general.
Yeah.
What do you think the main obstacles will be to get all this research and data, like you said, onto these AI platforms?
Okay, so just what
it's quite the question. I don't even know if I'm asking it correctly.
Maybe you can just try to make it more understandable.
Yeah. So what are some regulatory issues that you're running into when you're doing these things in practice, especially in your platform?
So there will be some, maybe there will be some government which will be difficult to approach them.
Okay.
Yeah, and what we are planning to do is that to make like advocate. That's when we need a stronger collaboration from government. For example, if we get like a collaboration from World Health Organization, it will be easier to approach any government. And I know that like AI can make some mistake, it can make a lot of mistake. But if we have a stronger collaboration, we have like a strong AI models, I'm pretty sure that we can reduce these crises. But by only launching MVP, I don't know, even like some government can refuse our project. But if we have a strong collaboration from such NGOs and the government organization, it will be easier. And you can show them like we have launched this project in Africa, maybe in Rwanda, we have launched this project in Burundi, and it is working. So if it is working there, it can save the people's life here. And you have the collaboration with this organization and this. So it's going to be easier for them to understand our vision.
For sure, yeah. You not only have your resources, but you have their resources.
Yeah.
They operate everywhere.
Yeah.
Tons of resources. So
yeah.
That's amazing. And the other thing that I think too is that there's so little laws associated with AI right now. Like we see it every day in the media that they're creating a new law to combat something in AI that is causing an ethical or other problem.
Yeah.
So I think we're in kind of the sweet spot right now where we are. We just do the thing first, and then the regulatory things come later.
Come afterwards.
Do the things that help and that matter, and get those resources and collaborations, and then it'll just naturally flow from there.
Yeah, maybe there is some regulatory should be formulated after we launch that project.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. So, okay, one last question for the podcast.
Yeah.
Is there any one person that changed your life, perspective, or direction?
So I can say that there's one guy, it's a CEO and the founder of MRO Initiative in Rwanda, the initiative that we have a partnership with. So we've been talking about this project, and he said, like, in order to tackle this antimicrobial resistance, we don't have only to focus on one sector, which is the human sector. So we have to include also the animal sector and also the environmental sector, which form what we call a One Health approach. So in order to tackle that, and after like listening to his word, I think maybe like after getting collaboration or support, we are aiming like integrating those sectors in the medical so that we can tackle antimicrobial resistance, like even like 90%. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, he reached my direction and my perspective about that.
Yeah, you'll have so much data in your model. It'll never be wrong. Because, I'm sure it's not wrong now. Amazing. Well, thank you so much. I'm so excited to see where your work goes, and I'm going to follow it.
Yeah.
So everybody look out for Medikal 3.0. And, I wish you the best, and I can't wait to see this succeed and prosper.
Thank you so much. I appreciate for your time, for inviting me here. Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no.